AC/DC, Highway to Hell, topical, right? Because the world, that's where the world is heading. That's what I meant. Political, yeah. You're gonna hear the truth here. So, the reason I played AC/DC, right? I like a bit of AC/DC. I only know a few tracks, Highway to Hell and Back in Black, and anyway, right? I was running, yeah, believe it or not. I was running today, and I got Spotify, and I go through different sort of playlists, and sometimes I just search genre, and I put in something like classic rock, workout, or heavy rock, something. And, I was getting your Bostons and your Kansases and all that, and Rainbow. I was loving it. And then AC/DC popped up. And it was one I vaguely remember, but I hadn't really listened to the lyrics. And one lyric made me laugh out loud. It seemed, if you start analysing rock lyrics, like, I was into Def Leppard. Right? I like a bit of Def Leppard. I know a couple. Was it Pyromania and Animal and that pour some sugar on me, right? Which is presumably some sort of metaphor for give me some loving, right? Classic, right? But he ruins that after the solo. He's going pour some sugar, and then like there's backing vocals and ad libs, and he's going, "Do you like sugar?" Then he goes, "1 lump or 2?" Now, and he's lost all the poetry. An analogy. He's just talking about sugar lumps. So, anyway. So this song came on. Touch Too Much. Right? But, right, I'm just going to play a bit of it. And then I'll say, in case you can't hear the lyric. Hold on, where is it? Where is it? Lyric! It's going... She had the face of an angel smiling with sin, the body of Venus with arms. So he had to add that bit. The body of Venus with arms. She's got arms. I just want to make that clear. So he's done that lyric, body of Venus. Oh, he's thought Venus de Milo. Thought that bird didn't have arms. This one has. So, she had the face of an angel smiling with sin, the body of Venus with arms. Let me make that clear. This girl's got arms. So, nothing wrong if you haven't, but she's got the body of Venus, but with arms. Oh God, so that was my day. Right.
Now, let me make this abundantly clear. The Russian response will be swift and overwhelming. You don't have to take my word for that. You can listen to the man with his finger on the Russian nuclear trigger. Vladimir Putin has, as late as September, made clear that any attack by long-range missiles supplied and indeed targeted and indeed operated by NATO will be treated as a declaration of direct involvement in the war by the whole alliance, even though only the United States and the United Kingdom have thus breached Putin's red line. All of them are closing their embassies in Kiev today, even those with the least to do with NATO decision-making, like the Greek government in Athens, for example. Only Israel has kept its embassy open in Kiev today, not fearing an overwhelming Russian response on the Ukrainian capital. It may be that they are counting on their previous special relationship with Russia to protect them from being targeted. My advice to them is to think again and send your diplomats home. The NATO alliance is thus jointly and severally responsible for a declaration of war and the perpetration of acts of war. I don't know how many shadow missiles were fired from the United States Armory, but I do know the cost of the British attack. 12 of these Storm Shadows were fired into Russian territory in Kursk at a cool £7 million. I'm mentioning the price because it's -4 degrees where I am today, and it's still November, and millions of British old age pensioners are going to die and shiver and suffer through this incoming bitterly cold winter. For the sake of saving money, the British government has withdrawn, removed, stolen the coal of their cold weather allowance. So the British people and the British Parliament have themselves to blame for the consequent reaction by the Russian armed forces. There's no point in bleating about that now. We elected this Parliament. We elected this Prime Minister. Nobody in the British Parliament, I mean nobody in the British Parliament, today objected to the firing of these British cruise missiles, for that is what they are. Let me run it past you again. Britain fired 12 cruise missiles into Russia today. And the Parliament was not even told, never mind consulted. Not only was there no parliamentary vote on it, there was not a parliamentary murmur against it, making clear that our rubber stamp Parliament is a laughing stock and treated as such by very large sections of the British population. The Americans can look after themselves. They're protected by a vast ocean, by two vast oceans. They may very well confidently expect that at least in the next days or weeks, there will be no intercontinental ballistic missiles flying across the Pacific, flying across the Atlantic. In any case, they are big boys. I'm going to concentrate tonight on the tale of the American dog. Mad Dog Biden's dirty, shitty tail is called Keir Starmer, called Labour, called the British government. And the British state is cruising for a bruising, and it's going to get that bruising. Of that, I am perfectly sure. I have spoken on here many times about the peculiar and ancient hatred held by the British state for the people of Russia. It long predates Vladimir Putin. It long predates the Bolsheviks and their Russian Revolution more than 100 years ago. It goes back centuries, and its entrails bear examination elsewhere. But that peculiar hatred of Britain towards Russia is now fully reciprocated. And here's the difference. The Americans are big boys. Britain is not. Britain is but the tail of the American dog. Just 3 missiles fired by Russia would end the entire civilization of the United Kingdom. 1,000 years of history would go up in nuclear smoke and be reduced to nuclear ash, and every living thing on this island would be completely obliterated. It would be wiped from the face of the earth, and it would only take 15 minutes to arrive from Archangel, and it would be hypersonic, and it could not be intercepted. Russian television is showing military shows on all channels. It's showing maps with the lines which demarcate the extent of the range of the ATACMS missiles. I'm warning everyone living within range of these missiles, which is 190 miles, that they should move and should at least take the precaution of finding a place to shelter. The Russians have begun production of and distribution of portable nuclear bunkers. I don't know how effective they'll be when the shooting starts, but it's a sign that the Russians fully expect all-out war, which will soon turn nuclear.
Just stop, just do what the fuck you want and see if it works. That's probably terrible advice, isn't it? I don't care. And Armageddon. I'm starting to I'm tired. Look at me. Look at me telling you all the things I'm doing. I've been fucking exhausted. Thank you. That was fun, wasn't it? Tatty bye, everyone. Be nice to animals. Tatty bye.